about Randy. Randy has, some of you know my story, some of you don't, but Randy played an important role in my life and my family's life. When I was addicted to painkillers and got disbarred in Ohio and was going to the penitentiary, my wife found a job here at Why Not Comp. And at that point, we were totally devastated financially, emotionally, and spiritually. And when she came here to start working at the comp, I was going through the Ohio Lawyers Assistance Program. And when I would come here to visit, because I had a case pending in federal court for getting prescriptions illegally. And so I came to visit, and the Ohio Judges Lawyers Assistance Program told me when I get to Hawaii to contact the Hawaii Judges Lawyers Assistance Program to go to meetings and to get a sheet signed to make sure that they knew I was going to meetings, right? So I go to the meeting. Steve Dixon was running the program. And I told Steve my story, and he said, hey, would you like to go to the law school and talk to the ethics class about your story? And I said, no, I don't want to go tell you. You go to an AA meeting, right, and you can tell your story, and people look at you like, well, that's nothing, I did this, right? But you go talk to normal people about some of the stuff we did, they look at you like you crazy. So I said, no, I don't want to go to law school and tell nobody my story. So I called my sponsor in Alcoholics Anonymous back in Ohio. And here's what he told me. He said, look, man, he said, I told you when you started getting sober that your job is to be of service to God and his children. God's job is to run your life. Why don't you go and talk to those law students and see if you can help somebody? And so Randy called me. I had never met him. He said, I heard Steve Dixon say you want to come talk to my class. I said, I don't want to come talk to your class, man. He said, well, what you going to talk about? I said, a whole bunch of drugs. But we talked, and I went to his class. There was over 100 students in that class that day. And I had never met Randy before in my life, never been to Hawaii. And a month later, I was sentenced to 24 months in the federal penitentiary. And when I left, before I left, Randy invited my wife and I over to his house. And, you talk about being here on earth, and we're here to help each other. We talk about helping our fellow man and woman. But it's one thing to talk about, it's one thing to do it. Nobody knew this, right? He invites me into his home. We had one raggedy car, and he allowed us to use, remember that old yellow car Randy used to have? I mean, it was bright yellow, like he just took some bright yellow house paint and painted his car, right? And so he said, look, I'm gonna be out of town for a week, you guys can use my car. When I went out to the penitentiary, Randy and Susie knew that my wife and kids were having a hard time. And they took care of my wife and kids and helped them along the way throughout the time that I was gone. And in the meantime, Randy would email me at least once a month and update me about what was going on. When I got out of prison, they sent me to this place called T.J. Mahoney's Halfway House in Kalihi. It was worse than prison, but And so you needed a pass to get out the halfway house, right? And it was miserable in there. And so Randy calls and he said, would you want to come talk to this year's class? And I said, you give me a pass to come out this halfway house, I'll come talk to anybody you want to. Marvin, can you get the picture for me? And so I went and talked to Randy, and they told me when I got out, they said, you got 30 days to find a job or you're going back to prison. And Randy hired me as a law clerk. And gave me my start. And for whatever reason, I can't tell you, but this picture is something that I'm going to give you. But I represented this artist, this famous artist. And his name is Gilbert Young. And I represented him years ago, but this artist is internationally known. It's called He Ain't Heavy. And what it shows is one man helping another when he's down. And that's what Randy did for me. I cannot tell you the unconditional love that he's shown me and my family. And again, it's not just me that he's helped. He's helped so many other people that you just don't know about. And again, he epitomizes that old saying, you know, don't preach me a sermon, show me one. Show me a sermon. Show me that you care about other people. And it's just been an amazing journey so far. I'm going to miss you. He's my brother from another mother. But I do got to tell him this. Now, I'm going to tell you how straight-laced Randy is. If I'm in the halfway house, right? They let me come to work, but Randy was my boss. So if I was to go anywhere, I would have to call the halfway house and tell them, well, one day I had an emergency toothache. Remember that? And so Randy said, well, my dentist will hook you up. You go down there right now, and he'll take care of you. So I went to the dentist. The halfway house called Randy, was talking about, where's Ken at? Now I'm thinking Randy's going to cover for me and say, hey, you know, he's in the bathroom somewhere. Man, oh, he's at the dentist, right? They said, you tell him to get down. I almost got sent back to penitentiary, remember that?
They almost put me in too.
So we had to go down to the halfway house, and Randy's sitting there nervous, like, am I going to the prison with you?
It was close. It was close.
But it has been a pleasure. It's been an honor. The unconditional love that Randy has shown me and my family, along with Susie, and their entire family, has been nothing but amazing. And if I can just at least do for another person what Randy and his family has done for me, I'll be eternally grateful. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, Ken Lawson, in case you didn't know. And now you know why, following in Randy's footsteps, Ken Lawson just received the Board of Regents Excellence in Teaching. There are a whole lot of people who want to talk about Randy, and I don't know if we're going to let him, because he's, sweating away there. So in front